All right, so this is something that I found in our game design, um, and it's got examples of predatory game design. So he's got a question here. I'm studying video game addiction for an independent study at school, and I'm looking for examples of games that are intentionally designed to addict you and/or suck money from you. Oh, isn't that just? It just sounds the way this person is putting it is, yeah, to suck money from you, but it's quite accurate. What
Yeah.
game design decisions do these games make in an effort to be more addicting or addictive if you're in Australia or the UK? Bonus points, you have an article or podcast that I can cite. So whoever this is doing a little, something for class. Sounds like a pretty good little assignment, and is asking this question to Reddit. Interesting place to go, but yeah, this is one of the best places for game design stuff. Fjorg van der Ploeg. No, I have no idea if that's a real name or not. Dark patterns in gaming vary from the web-based ones in my experience. Not that web-based patterns aren't also used, but there's a much higher emphasis on dopamine and attention-based manipulation. So this is all using psychology to kind of suck people in. First one he's got here is predatory monetization strategy. So targeting whales, designing systems that identify aggressive monetization, tiered pricing. Yeah, this is pretty common. This thing, tiered pricing, paywalls, lock core gameplay features, character levels behind steep paywalls, dynamic pricing. So by the way, anyone who's listening, this is not a how-to. We're definitely not recommending that you should use this in your game designs. In fact, you should be careful of these. Oh, and number two. What's number two? Fraser.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you want to...
Gambling and randomization, blue boxes, such gacha systems, randomized rewards with low odds of rare items, often obscuring probabilities. Yeah, illegal in some regions, e.g. Belgium. Pity timers, fake guaranteed rewards after repeated failures to encourage continued spending. That's one of the new things they've introduced in Overwatch 2.
Oh, really?
Skin betting and grey markets. Yep, there we go. Allowing players to trade or gamble virtual items on third-party platforms, blowing lines between gaming and gambling.
I believe
Yeah.
Steam is making a lot of money off these grey markets, from what I hear, which is
Right.
a little
I
disappointing.
guess they're taking a little cut every time.
I think that's more than a little cut. I think they're taking a fairly sizable cut.
30%, yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good cut. They make, I think, from what I've heard. I think I was watching something on Bellula News, another games YouTube game news stream, talking about this one. So the number three, attention economy and addiction loops. So infinite grind, autoplay, infinite scroll, FOMO, fear of missing out. So this is all psychology. Progression manipulation, artificial difficulty spikes, so sudden increase in challenge to frustrate players and suspending for upgrades, etc., etc. I don't know who this is, but they've done a really nice job.
Very good use of formatting.
Yeah, definitely. What else have we got?
think-
Do you want to read through the next one?
Well, I was going to say, I think it's interesting to see how they go from examples which I think are very clear, like the gambling, into things like artificial difficulty spikes, which can become much more hard to really identify. And so I guess it's one of those things of probably important to recognize some of these more foggy ones where you can't clearly identify the dev's intentions behind it. You know, did they intend for this to be an artificial difficulty spike, or was this area not playtested as well and just feels like that?
So that's basically hiding your intentions. It's more slimy, basically.
Good bit, yeah.
Do you want to read the next one? Number five. Social engineering?
5, social engineering and peer pressure, social obligation mechanics, requiring friend invites or guild participation to unlock rewards, exploiting social bonds, guilt tripping, using phrases like your team is counting on you to pressure players into spending, astroturfing of social media / game forums. A lot of the online manipulation and normalization of excessive spending can actually be done outside the game itself / within the gaming community, and leaderboards and rankings encouraging compulsive spending to compete for status, often rigged to favour paying players.
Yeah, and the next one I've known about for quite a long time. This is an older one, but obfuscation costs and currency conversion. So having that in-game premium currency, using abstract currencies, gems, coins, to obscure real-world spending amounts, bundling, offering discounted bulk currency packs to obscure per item costs. Yeah, I mean, all that this has been around for a very long time. Subscription traps. Auto-renewing subscriptions are difficult to cancel, hidden behind multiple menus. This is not just games. Isn't this?
No.
Isn't this a lot of? This is the whole of software as a service, isn't it?
This does feel specifically like the Xbox Live sort of picture frame, though. Thinking about classic Xbox Live and all the examples of what did they have where it was like you could sign up and pay for Xbox Live on your Xbox, but if you wanted to cancel, you had to go to the website on your computer.
Number 7, do you want to read that one?
Exploitation of cognitive biases, sunk cost fallacy, encouraging players to keep investing time/money to avoid wasting prior efforts. You've already spent 50 hours, don't quit now. Anchoring, displaying inflated prices first to make subsequent offers seem like bargains. Familiar with that one in Overwatch. Decoy pricing, adding a worthless high-priced item to make other options appear more valuable.
Wow, decoy pricing. That's one I haven't heard about before. Number 8, child targeting practices. Addictive aesthetics, bright colours, catchy sounds, endless reward loops designed to appeal to children. Yeah, one-click purchases. This, I think, this used to be a problem. I think, way back. Maybe it was when like the Apple Store first came about, and parents were discovering that their kids had spent thousands of dollars through this. But I think they've fixed it. I don't think you can do that anymore. They've kind of locked that down. So, advert games, blurring ads in gameplay, branded content in mobile games. So, yeah, that's not very nice. Number 9, do you want to do number 9?
Data exploitation and dynamic adjustment, behavioral analytics, tracking player habits to target them with tailored offers, e.g. pushing microtransactions after a losing streak, and difficulty manipulation, secretly adjusting game difficulty to nudge players towards spending, e.g. making enemies easier after a purchase.
Number 10, denormalization of spending. Denormalization of spending. That's an interesting word. So wasn't it normalization of spending? Constant monetization prompts, pop-up ads, special deals, unskippable purchase screens during gameplay, integrating MTX into callers. What is MTX?
Is that
microtransactions? Come on. I'm glad you were there to translate that one. Making purchases feel essential to gameplay, repair kits to fix broken gear. Emotional manipulation, framing purchases as supporting developers or showing loyalty to guild players into spending. And the final one, Fraser?
Play to earn and crypto exploitation, speculative economies, promoting blockchain/NFT games as investments, often leading to financial loss. Grind to mint, requiring excessive playtime to earn crypto tokens, masking exploitative labor practices.
So saying from this list, there is some overlap with classic dark patterns, subscription traps, roach motels. But exploiting dopamine and attention allows for far more psychological exploitation opportunities. Wow. That's a great little list.
I love this next response.
Yeah?
It's instantly like, what is it? I think tricky bit is some of this is simply game design and not necessarily predatory. Which I do resonate with. Like, reading a lot of those, it's like game design, and then the issue is to spend money. It's almost, I guess this is why it's predatory game design, right? It's that idea of using these things we learn as game designers to make games fun. And then instead of, the outcome being getting good at the game or unlocking the next part, progressing the story, it's encouraging the player to spend money on things they don't need.
Yes. The next one's interesting too. Trying to imply that marketing isn't full of predatory dark patterns. Yeah, that's kind of interesting as well. I mean, marketing itself is, unfortunately, it has become quite manipulative as well. But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole today.